Alright, it's February 17, 2013. Again, this is HRM, Caesar St. Augustine de Buena Parte, also known as Reality Supreme Being on YouTube. The last two videos of the last 2 days, I'm suffering from bouts of bronchitis, so you'll have to be, a little patient with me. I've noticed there were 72 views in one, and something like 30 views in the one I did yesterday. See, it takes either nude women to get a lot of views in one day, or people are interested secretly at the White House behind closed doors, the scientific advisors looking at all my tapes, trying to take notes and figure out, does this guy really know how the dark matter in the universe works, and has he made these discoveries, and blah, 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 blah. Even if I could prove it, I wouldn't, because those people are evil. They're sick, crazy jerks who are control freaks. I will tell you this, and you better listen carefully. In 1908, there was a Tunguska blast, which also happened in Russia. Okay? If you calculate the miles between the Tunguska blast in 1908, that's 1908 to 2008, you would get 104 years. So 104 years ago, which is a very short time in astronomical figures. Most astronomers will get on boob tube and even on security watched news media and tell you that the odds of winning the lottery, you have a better chance of winning the lottery than a meteor hitting the planet. Now the reason they say that is because the planet Jupiter and Saturn are the big ones in our solar system, and just like Shoemaker Levy 9 proved beyond any doubt, they are our two guardians, Saturn and Jupiter, which coincidentally are the old Roman gods, the planets named after the old Roman gods, Jupiter being the head god and Saturn being the negative god, okay, or the devil as some people put it. Anyway, regardless, they are still guardians for the inner planets. And if you go back and study Shoemaker Levy 9, you'll see it broke up into 14 pieces and so on and so forth. Go check it out on your own. I don't want to waste a lot of time explaining to people stuff they should already know. So, is there cause for great concern, especially coming from me, a person who claims to have cryptically predicted accurately, and I do stress the word cryptically because that's America's punishment for me for violating my civil rights and destroying my life and taking the most important young years of my life away from me and barring me by allowing people to interfere in my life, barring me from ever building my Shangri-La that I was going to build in Colorado on 40 acres. Sabotaged not once, twice, two different separate parcels, two different separate actions being taken against me. And I don't care what the federal government says. I don't care what Obama says. They can claim that they never had anything to do with it, and they don't even know who I am, and they never pay attention to me. I'm sure you'll hear a bitchin' load of all kinds of excuses claiming they don't even know about me, and if they did know, I'm crazy. Well, if I'm so crazy, how come I was right in my past videos about the Aurora shooting and the Sandy Hook shooting, the Superstorm Sandy, the 9/11 event 7 years before it happened? I told you I have worked with my own quantum chaos physical generators in the past, and they tabulated these events in sequential order. That's why I know where the next one's going to hit. Now, I'll give you some hints. Was the impact in Tunguska planned by some intelligent race because they wanted to come here and take all the resources away from us or use them without our interference? Or was it just coincidence? Now, in the past, if you studied all my videos and took only the notes, besides my ranting and raving, which is another form of punishment for all of you, and for definitely the extreme form of punishment, because for 4 years now, no one has come forward and said, I'd like to help you. And I certainly don't want it to be the United States government. They are evil. So no one has come forward with any money. No one has tried to help me. So, hey, you're all going to die anyway. You should have helped me in the past so that the Earth would have had at least a decent chance of having some survivors that matter believe it or not, yes, there are some survivors that come first rather than all of you. And it's not Obama and the Congress and the Senate and all the tapes they have hidden and all the business tapes they have hidden in Iron Mountain and all the stuff they have. The secondary Congress that's down below the ground. Yeah, there are two Congresses. One hides in Iron Mountain down below the ground, and they won't admit to it, just like they don't admit Area 51 exists. These people are so full of crap, you can't even imagine how full of crap they are. And if there is some kind of alien contact, and they're in contact with them secretly and, kind of scratching each other's backs, I warned the government before, be careful with what you're doing, because alien beings, even though we have splices of their DNA in us, are not to be trusted. No more than a fellow human being is to be trusted when they have committed an act that makes them untrustable. Now, so you people destroyed yourselves by doing what you did to me. By having vicious cycle laws, by destroying my life. You may have thought that taking all my things, taking all my junk and disposing of it the way you people have done to me was just destroying junk. It wasn't. It was destroying my labor equity. I don't owe anybody, not anyone on the whole planet, including the aliens that have been here all along, quote unquote, if they really are existed. I don't owe them or anyone an explanation. Even if they do exist, even they are amazed. They're going, maybe we screwed up and we should not have done this, because now there are avatars that pop up every once in a while, and although either the humans themselves get rid of them or we, the aliens, get rid of them, some of them manage to get away with a tremendous amount of information that they give out to the public, and in it there are secret messages, and those messages get across to other people, which stimulate their minds and wake up certain DNA factors that are asleep. And that's what avatars are for, and that's why the government is concerned. That's why they broke up the Manhattan Project, because they had all those scientists together and they wanted to break them up and not be able to form a huge, giant think tank, a super intelligent think tank of people operating without them being able to control is dangerous. So, I could go on talking about this, but the government they're watching this, and they're not lifting a finger to help, and they have no reason to, because I've taped enough videos that have given them more than enough information, supposedly. Of course, I want to tell them right now that at least 75% of that information was disinformation, to play with your heads. And even the most intelligent science advisor for the White House or for Russia or for any of the MI6 in England, it doesn't matter who you are or how intelligent you think you are. I am the smartest man on the planet, because I had the complete stimulus awakening that happened to me, I can't tell you how many years ago, but it happened in bits and pieces. And the more information I get, like I got some new information just about 5 days ago, or 6 days ago, right before the Meteor impact came. So it behooves the government to fall on their knees and not worship me, but worship what I stand for. That you cannot have wars and kill innocent men, women, and children in other countries and call it a necessary action, because terror is more important to defeat than those innocent lives. I'm sorry, that's not a good enough excuse. So you're the ones in the wrong, whether it's Obama or the previous President Bush or Clinton or any of the presidents or any of the congressional representatives. They're all jackasses, jerks, liars, mean little subconscious morons who are hung up on being a control freak. And that goes for state, federal, and local officials. I don't like them. A true civilized advanced society does not need police. Ever. And the only reason we have a quandary of problems here in America or in any other countries because you're not following the right people. If you had followed me, this event that's coming, the timing, I would have had better amount of time to respond to that event. But you didn't. So, like I said, stick your head between your kazoo back there and kiss it goodbye. And you deserve it, all of you. I don't care how many. Now, there'll probably be, of those people that believe this is coming, there's probably going to be a lot of suicides. Which is fine with me. You know, I don't care. I'd rather people not commit suicide and maybe throw a gauntlet against the federal government by, like I said, take your money out of the banks, stop buying gasoline, tell them to all go to hell, and let that go for about a month. I guarantee they'll turn over the government to me immediately. Yeah, they will. Instantly. And those of you that disagree with me, get a passport and leave, okay? Go someplace else. Because that would be your best bet. The other alternative is to give me the money so I can leave this country. With what's left of the... Now you have anything that I have now left is probably junk. It's reduced to probably of little consequence because you've taken all my most valuable things, the things that represented all the work that I did the last 30 years. So as far as respect and trust goes, gone forever. For the federal government, state governments, local government, and generally people, nosy neighbors, people who caused me all this problems, gone. So there are some alternatives left, but I'm not going to share them with you because you violated my civil rights. None of you came forward to say, even I'm sorry this happened to you, we're going to do something about it. I'm going to stick the FBI on every official in Los Angeles, find out, even internal affairs in the police department, we're going to find out who's telling the truth. We're going to make them take lie detector tests. We're going to find out who violated Caesar's rights and who went beyond the course and scope of their employment and destroyed this man's life. And is continuing to destroy this man's life, by the wheels they set in motion, which is still having an effect on him. You owe me actually trillions of dollars for the damages you've done. Why do I say trillions? Because you've pretty much ended the planet Earth. Without people like me to guide you, you're SOL. You're up the creek without a paddle. You're up the rapids without a paddle, and it's going to get worse. So you took my cars, my boats, my all of the livelihood that I was setting up for myself so I could move to Colorado. Now I wouldn't build Shangri-La in this country to save my life. So it's either give it up, or somebody out there who hears this who has lots of money, give me some money so I can leave. And I mean lots of money. Because I never want to come back here. And I'm not helping this planet. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put some wheels in motion. I probably have enough time to do what Noah did. Build my ark. And my ark is special. It doesn't float in the water. It does something entirely differently. And as far as I'm concerned, you can all go to HELL. Because no one lifted a finger in 3 years since they burnt the last place I was in, which I was harassed at, DeSoto and Hart in Canoga Park. And that moron bastardized the house and built what's there now. Oh yeah, it looks pretty, but it's just all facade, like a movie prop. It's worthless. There was a lot of termite damage in that house, and it's probably still ongoing because the termites are in the ground, even though they tented the house. So anyway, I guess that's about it. What more is there to say? Wait for somebody to actually respond that's going to really want to help. If I'm being blocked by the federal government, there is that possibility that maybe people who've tried to help me over the past 3 years have not been able to get through because the government doesn't interfere with my YouTube because they want them still out there, but they erase, they hack my system and they erase whoever's trying to contact me. So if you're trying to contact me, you're just going to have to come here to Canoga Park and look for me riding on some bicycle, or look for me at one of the storages, The main one I'm at now is Storage Depot up on Lassen, but that one's probably not going to last too. They have managed to sabotage practically every storage that I've been at, storages I never would have wanted to have been at. So I went forward here because it's now 15 minutes, and I shouldn't be running around right now. I should be getting a lot of rest because the tail end of bronchitis leaves a lot of white corpuscles on the tubes in your bronchial tract, and the very surface of them is causing such activity, even though it's a thin film, causes really heavy hacking. And as my immune system wins out over it, and everything goes back dormant, and I get better. But I don't know for how long. Like I said, my teeth were all cracked from the stress that was caused by your society, that cause and effect, caused me to grind my teeth every night, biting even through the bite guards I bought sometimes on and off. And as we all know, I've told you, diseases start in the mouth, at the dental level, at the atomic level, and there's very little that can be done about it. In the meantime, you are paining and suffering because you can't chew right, you can't eat right, so your health starts to diminish because you're not eating the right foods, you can't chew the right foods. I don't want dentures. This should not have happened to me. Before I had 6 gold crowns, my teeth were in pretty much fair order. Now, in the last 10 years, with all the last 10 years being the rest of the city of Los Angeles, following me, harassing me, taking all my cars, boats, trucks, and going beyond the course and scope of their employment. Anyway, what's the hell? Nobody's going to help me anyway. All right, I'm going to upload this, and we'll see you later.